Hello, everybody. So, what do I want to talk about today? Something that none of us wants to think about or talk about: sin, S-I-N. And, I think for all of us, one of the biggest issues with sin is we either overestimate how bad we are or we underestimate how bad something is that we have done. In all of that, that's kind of this creepy scrupulosity that can kind of leak into our lives and allow us to not be on right terms with God. That's what confession is. When we have things that have harmed us by virtue of our actions, think of any of the ways that we sin. We sin by commission, by omission, by things that we haven't done. We can do it in the things that we say. There are so many different ways. Thanks be to God that most of the things that creep into our lives are little sins, called venial sins. Again, there is no good sin. Some are just less harmful than others, but all sin brings us down. And the more sin in our life, the more tainted we are, the more harmed we are by it. Again, in all of it, our judge ultimately is God, but we have help with a good confessor, because a good confessor can tell us, you're overestimating how bad this was. We'll put it into perspective and then will forgive us. That's the best part. So what's required for you and me to receive God's mercy? Is there anything that God will not forgive? Technically, no. But you and I need to be sorry. We need to admit what we've done wrong. Feel bad about it. And I'll tell you, you know the answer to that. We have something called conscience. That's a God-given litmus test inside our very selves that points out when we do wrong. We know it. We feel it. All of us feel it in a different way, but I'll tell you, mine is the pit of my stomach. I know when I've blown it. And that achy, horrible, lousy feeling drives me to confession. Thanks be to God that we have something that helps us to know when we've done wrong. And we do know when we have. So I bring this up because it's something that most people don't like to think about, talk about, do. Like by do, I mean go to confession. And yet it makes such a difference. And, I see it with our homebound because we bring communion to people at home. And again, their desire for confession before they receive points in the direction that all of us need the counsel of a good priest when we feel that we have done something wrong and that we need God's forgiveness. So confession, anytime you need to confess, you can call the office and schedule an appointment, but we have regular times. Friday morning before daily mass, and then Friday evening before evening vigil mass. Confession is there. And then, like I said, if you can't wait, call Erica in the office and make an appointment. And Father Bill, Father Anthony will lead you back to God's good grace. Thanks be to God for our sacraments. We live in a world that has plenty of lovely, beautiful, good things, and also plenty of things that are not good. How do we keep ourselves protected, safe, and on the right path? Our sacraments. Communion, confession. Thanks be to God for what we have in our spiritual toolkit. See you at church and maybe in the confession line. See you.